on life.
In the fall of 2007, Dos Equis released a series of internet ad campaigns detailing the quote-unquote most interesting man in the world. But who is this man? We don't know anything about him except for the clips of him skydiving with polar bears or throwing lavish dinner parties on the moon. Here at H&H Investigatory Journalism, we decided to look a little bit deeper into the day-to-day activities of this quote-unquote most interesting man in the world. His name is James John, the two most common first names in the United States for the past 15 years. After hours of exhaustive research turned up empty, our expert team of internet cryptologists unearthed a 6th grade book report entitled The Catcher in the Rye. Sadly, instead of it being a book report, we unearthed Polaroid photographs of a boy and his best friend, a loaf of rye bread. James John, the most interesting man in the world. Mr. John, hi.
Well, yes, I was told if I was to purchase the deluxe edition, I would get the 2012 version of Times New Roman and Helvetica thrown in for free. Well, good day to you too, sir. Hello, may I help you?
My name is Sasha Potter. I'm with H&H Investigative Journalism. We were looking into your proclamation of being the world's most interesting man.
Go on.
We wanted to see if there was any truth behind this, so we were hoping we could follow you around for a couple days and make some judgments of our own.
Yes, I suppose that would be okay. Come on in. I haven't had visitors in a while since my mother passed away a while ago, it's been hard for me. I always lived vicariously through her. Would you care for Dos Equis?
I'm sorry, I drink only vodka. I was hoping to ask you a few questions.
Very well, let's go to the living room. Please, Mother always reserved the wooden chair for guests.
Oh, thank you. So, tell me how this commercial came about.
You see, I was auditioning to be a backup singer of a cover band, of an already existing cover band of Fleetwood Mac. When on my way to the studio, I got lost and ended up in the room of a Dos Equis commercial. Oddly enough, I was the only person to show up, and reluctantly, they gave me the spot.
So are you saying that there were no requirements to be labeled as the most interesting man in the world?
Quite the contrary, actually. Come here. In fact, in high school, I was voted most likely to not be interesting.
Look at you now. Is that a pet rock?
Oh, you mean Theodore? No, he's just a life companion. You see, my real passion are these little guys. I've been a collector for years. I go away and picked this guy up in summer of '82.
Really, Mr. John, those look like they all came from the same walkway in your neighbor's backyard.
To the naked eye, yes, but each one of these little friends of mine has its own unique story.
His favorite book is Barbara Taylor Bradford's Voice of the Heart. Confused, we proceeded to follow Mr. John for the next 5 days, 3 of which consisted almost entirely of him sitting in his living room watching amateur golf videos from the 1980s on ESPN 6. Mr. John, do you have any other hobbies, interests, activities?
Well, maybe you'd be interested in my wine collection.
Oh, yes. Why don't you show me that? That strangely does sound interesting.
Wait here, no one comes to the cellar. Picked this baby up just about 20 days ago. She'll be ripe in about 3 to 5 years. Can't rush perfection, though.
I'm not sure that's right. This is boxed wine.
She's an 011. Real beauty. About 3 to 5 years, she'll be ripe as a plum.
Okay, but what about outdoor activities? Do you go outside ever, Mr. John?
Oh, well, funny you'd bring that up. I actually gain a lot of pleasure from feeding the ducks. I feed them bread and find that they, in return, feed me emotionally.
Excuse me?
Anyways.
He eventually left the house and went to the lake, where Mr. John fed the ducks one piece of bread every hour on the hour for 12 hours. To thank Mr. John for his cooperation and patience, we decided to treat him to a drink at a nearby bar. Mr. John, I feel the need to tell you that our documentary will instead reveal that you are the least interesting man in the world.
Yes, that's correct.
Well, all right. Can I buy you a beer?
I do not always drink beer, but when I do, I prefer Jenny. Sir?
Stay thirsty, my friends.